Well, Sharks fans, of all of our player signing conversations, this has got to be one of our most special, no doubt, because we are welcoming back a very special member of the Sharks family, the Chief, Alex Pledger. Mate, I don't know if we can put into words really how this means to us as an organisation, but tell us a little bit about how you're feeling about it, more importantly.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Yeah, I've been back in training a little bit for the last, I don't know, little while, and trying to just see if the legs have anything left in them. So just running about and doing stuff by myself. Yeah, it's not going too badly, so yeah, I'm just really excited for the opportunity, and yeah, looking forward to getting down there.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Hey, so let's talk us through it. Like, where are you from a one diagnosis point of view, but I guess physically from a comeback point of view? What can you tell us?
From a diagnosis point of view, I I'm cancer free basically. I everything from when I was basically from the day I got the news, that was obviously not good, but all the bits of news I've gotten since then, throughout the entire process, has been good. Um, both surgeries went well. All the first operation, like the major one, the treatment that I had after that, went really well. The second operation that I had in November last year, so about 6 months ago, that went really well too. And body's bounced back quite well. I'm probably never gonna, and physically, I'm probably never gonna be what I was, but compared to how it could have been, I can't complain too much, really. Yeah.
Mate, I don't want to put too fine a point on it,
Yeah.
and good things happen to good people. But if you were going to write it out and probably, the process, I won't say it was smooth sailing because I know it wasn't. For you as well too, and I would never say that. But you've got to, as you sort of reflect back, you've got to be, obviously pretty comfortable with the way you and Bailey and all of your support crew, I guess, attack this thing, and beat its ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to put in words really, but it was just, the just because things all kind of went to, they chuck a they analyze everything and do all the scans and tests and put a plan together. um you know Plans don't always work the way, sometimes they don't work the way you would hope that they do, but in this particular case they did. As you mentioned, it definitely wasn't easy. I had 6 months of chemotherapy after the initial operation, like the big major one, and that was a bit of a slog. That was really difficult to get through, especially, it was never smooth sailing, but it was kind of like, oh, this isn't too bad at the beginning. But that last month was just, it was pretty miserable. I was pretty glad when that was finished. And then, I had a bag for a little while, and I had that for just over a year, 14 months, I think I had it. And yeah, just because with the way that unfortunately things are at the moment, with waiting lists and things just being behind because of all the COVID stuff. I had to wait a little bit longer than than all the doctors and stuff would have liked me to, but at the end of the day, it was something that could wait, and that went really well too. So yeah, it was scary, and it took a long time, and even when you get the news that particular parts have gone well, and now we do this, um, there's always the fear that you go in one day and they tell you something that you don't want to hear. But fortunately, so far that hasn't happened, and yeah, I'm just really really pleased with how it all turned out.
And this is quite obviously a major step, but an important one for you too, I reckon, isn't it? You know, from a physical point of view, to get back out there on court, you know, in the theatre that you love, in whatever shape that will take, obviously, for the back half of the NBL season with us. So tell us about that, and I guess also the importance of doing it, you know, with this month of May, being a pretty important month in the calendar now for you and Bailey.
Yeah. Yeah, it was always something that I intended on doing. Obviously, it wasn't completely in my control, but I always wanted to get back out there after everything had finished, and being able to, you know, be given that chance. I'm just really thankful for that, and happening in May as well. It's obviously New Zealand's, it's like Bowel Cancer Awareness Month. So this is the month throughout the year where they do a lot of their fundraising, and I think their goal for this month is to raise $350,000. I think they got 300,000 last year, so you know they're increasing that goal a little bit this year, and and all that money goes towards the research and counselling and just other support for not only the patients themselves but also their family members and other support people, because things like this weigh heavily on those people as well. It's not just the person that's going through it, because the world doesn't stop spinning just because you're in a bad situation. So I don't know, throughout the entire thing, if Bailey wasn't by my side, God knows how things would have turned out. But yeah, so it's a pretty big month for both of us. I'll be on my Instagram page, I've got like a link to if you like to that you can donate towards that, because every single dollar really helps, and helps support people that are going through something pretty difficult.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. And we'll be pushing that hard across the Sharks social channels as well too for the month as well, mate. It's fantastic, and you are, as you do, out on court, leading by example here as well too, in terms of putting yourself out there from an accountability point of view, physically as well too, mate. And for us to do it, and I guess from both your side and certainly from ours, mate, there's a nice, in summary, sort of circular closing of the loop, really, isn't it? When we think back to 2021 and that diagnosis just before the start of the NBL season, we were in camp from a pre-season point of view when you obviously got the news around the diagnosis as well, and so to kind of be able to close the loop and make that comeback, in whatever form that takes as we work our way through, the back end of the season, that's something pretty special, I guess, for both you and for us, obviously.
Yeah, it's the club obviously, a couple of weeks before the season started, it was just, well, there's no such thing as good timing when it comes to something like that, is there? But in terms of a basketball season, it was obviously pretty poor. It was kind of, I remember earlier that day, the day that the diagnosis happened, we had training earlier that morning, and things were it went really well. Like the imports weren't in town, Bevo wasn't in town yet, but the guys that were here, I was just super excited about it. It's like, we have a chance to do something really good this year. We had all these local guys, all these young guys, and then I didn't think I'd be a cancer patient 12 hours later, but but that's kind of just unfortunately how it went. But yeah, to be able to repay a little bit of that support that you guys showed for me, and hopefully be able to do something somewhat meaningful on the court. I'm really looking forward to that opportunity.
Hey, listen, Chief, as I say, outstanding piece of news. Stoked and can't wait to get to it, mate. So keep up the good work, and we'll see you soon, eh?
All right, cheers.